Instagram at Wells Radio 893, Facebook Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, X Wells Radio 893. Follow our WhatsApp channel Wells Radio 89.3 FM. Get a scoop on upcoming shows, giveaways, and events. Also get to interact with your favorite presenters and share your thoughts on our posts and stories. Join the conversation and stay tuned into Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One Data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio.
studio time check says it's 6:37 a.m. That's 37 minutes gone past 6 a.m. Right here, coming from Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. We're broadcasting live from the Wells Broadcasting House. It's located along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole State, Ibadan. That's where we're broadcasting live from this morning. Find us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at Wells Radio 893 FM fan page, Instagram, X, and TikTok at Wells Radio 893. You can also listen to us via our website, www.wellsradio893.com. You can find us there as well. All right. You're welcome this morning. The program is Perspectives Unlimited, where we're taking a look at headlines and stories making the rounds across the different dailies in Nigeria. Yes, we take a look at the headlines, we discuss them, we try to make sense of them, and of course, discuss right here. So you're welcome. My name is Bolanle Oduekun-Ayoola. I'll be your host this morning on Perspectives Unlimited. And of course, I have my analyst here. Bring him in when the time is right. And so we're going to start by taking a look at the headlines making the rounds across the different dailies in the country. And I have the Punch newspaper, I have the Daily Trust newspaper, as well as the Guardian newspaper front page in front of me this morning. All right, so we'll start with the Punch newspaper front page, where the lead headline says, Hamzat Yayi Ali may emerge APC consensus governorship candidates. The writer says how stakeholders Salah meeting with Tinubu knocked out Adelabu from 2027 Oyo governorship race. Gbajabe Amila, Bamidele, Sanwo-Olu, Abiodun Yebanji, Yayi Adedeji present at meeting, and we see this party moves to compensate affected aspirants. How meeting addressed aspirants' popularity. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. More headlines. NLC OPS demand action as petrol hits 1,400 naira per litre. Labour seeks temporary subsidy. OPS warns of job losses. That's the reason on page 17 of the Punch newspaper this morning. More headlines. EFCC marks Malami's Abuja property for forfeiture. That's on page 9 of the Punch. Convention. PDP begins nomination forms sale. That's on page 9. Fuel hike. Makinde okays 10,000 naira transport relief for workers. That's on page 8. ICPC to arraign El Rufai in Kaduna today. That's the reason on page 7. Police arraign Barua, dismissed shooting claims at NURTWHQ. You find that on page 8. Middle East war may force Nigerians to work from home, says Dangote. That's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And we see this: survivors recount horror tales after Kwara church bandit attack. That's on page 3 of the Punch newspaper this morning. On the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, EFCC seals Malami's houses. ICPC arraigns El Rufai today. That's the reason on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper, continued on pages 3 and 4. In more headlines, PDP risks losing out in 2027, says Sule Lamido. That's on page 5. IED kills driver in Kwara. Terrorist bomb bridge in Niger. That's on page 23. Kwakwaso in talks with ADC and DC over realignment. You find that on page 10. All prices tumble after Trump dropped plan to bomb Iran's power plants. You find that on page 23 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. World TB Day. Sufferers battle stigma, drugs burden. That's on page 18. Ex-accountant general jailed 8 years for fraud. You find that on page 7 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. And on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, TB gains at risk as funding gaps, stigma, malnutrition persist. Nigeria loses 12.5 billion naira to digital fraud in 4 years. That's on business page 15. Oil prices drops by 14% as petrol, diesel prices worsen citizens' plight. That's on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Emerging alliances jolt Kano APC as Makinde Wike dispute deepens. You find that story on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. More headlines. PDP convention. Pressure mounts for Yusuf. Autumn chairmanship. That's on page 3. 2 die as Air Canada fire truck collide at U.S. airport. That's on Panorama page 2 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. These and many more are the stories we'll be talking about on Perspectives Unlimited this morning. And it's a good time to bring in our analyst this morning, Mr. Chukwuemeka Kamunachi. So good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Bola.
How do you do?
I'm always doing fine by the special grace of God.
I mean, irrespective of all the things that's happening.
I put them behind me. I don't allow them to get into me.
Well, let's talk about the more, not recent, but the one that affects all Nigerians,
Okay.
The prices of petrol. I was saying to you when I walked into the studio earlier this morning that I've still not come to terms with the fact that we're buying petrol at 1,330 naira in Ibadan. Because for the life of me, I never thought that the day will come when we buy petrol in 4 figures.
Well, this may not even be the end of it all. You see, because if it's been sold at 1,330 naira here in the southwest, I want you to know that in the southeast it's going to be about 1,500. In the north, it's likely going to be about 1,700 because of logistics, transportation. You understand? So, and every government throughout the whole world, they have done a lot to cushion the effects of the Middle East crisis on their citizens. But we are in a country where the people are just left on their own. You have to take care of yourself. What we call government is just like a racket. Nobody cares about who nobody is taking care of it. Government does not care who lives or who dies. So you are practically on your own. You provide their security, you provide their water, you provide everything about yourself. The government is just there to tax you to death. You understand? Collect from you and squeeze you, leave you and when it is time for election, they come around and give you rice and yam and the cups of beans.
Do they give yam?
You go at times they share yam. You go and vote again. You want yam?
It's only rice. I feel like
there is indomie and noodles.
Yeah, I feel like that's it. You guys are having insecurity. Take rice. Take noodles.
I'm coming. So you come back and vote for them. They continue dehumanizing you. If 4 years go on again, they will come back. In fact, when I look at our country and I used to ask myself how and things keep degenerating. If it's improving, Nigeria is the only country where the past is always better than the present. It's unfortunate. People pray that the present should be better than the past, but in Nigeria, people are yearning for the past. I don't know whether you notice what I'm saying. If you go to the main road, you ask, I'm a street person. People are always looking backward. Oh, when this person was in power. Oh, when this thing was here. Every year, look at Buhari now looks like a saint.
And he did tell us
I'm
that
coming.
we would miss him.
Buhari looked like a saint. Look at what we suffered under Buhari. Jonathan looked like a saint. So now we look like we should go back into the time of as Buhari era. What a country where the past is always better than the present. Look at what you said this morning. 1,300 and with 70,000 naira minimum wage. That's why you see people don't go home after work. They find a place to go and sleep. You understand? And it's affecting marriages. Those who are married, those who have wives at home.
That's another angle.
There are so many angles you look at this. The government cares less. Many marriages are on the brink because the man cannot come home after work. He go to Lagos. Many people sleep in their cars.
In some places, even the women can't go home.
No, that one is even very, very dangerous.
Oh, I've heard about that.
That is what I'm saying. So that's why elections have consequences. Honestly, there's nothing in life that does not have consequences, but election have tremendous consequences. It affects everything.
Now, in view of this, the organized private sector and the Nigeria Labour Congress have called for urgent government intervention as this petrol prices surge towards 1,400 naira per litre across parts of the country. They have said that it cannot continue like this. Nigerians are paying the price for the alleged monopoly in the downstream petroleum sector. They said that the poor Nigerian workers and the masses are reaping the consequences of adopting a monopolist?
Let me tell you something, Bola. There will be no responsible intervention apart from sharing rice, Indomie and noodle, and noodles. There's no responsible intervention.
Is the NLC right to say that Nigerians adopted monopolists?
It is not Nigeria. It is the system. When Dangote was doing all these things, many responsible Nigerians shouted that it is not good to hand over this kind of a sector to an individual. Everybody kept quiet. If not for corruption, Ebola, would Dangote have been the monarch of oil in Nigeria? He wouldn't. But corruption has made sure that none of our collective refineries is working. None is working. So it is not the fault of Dangote. He is a businessman. If you people are irresponsible to repair your own, I can do my own and make money. Would you blame the man? You don't blame him.
No.
So whatever he gives is the one holding the yam and the knife. Whatever he gives you, you will take. If you don't like, go and get it from the Middle East.
The acting Secretary General of the NLC, Benson Ukpa, said that, I want to quote his words. He said, "Until we organize ourselves and exercise our sovereign will, there will be no mercy. We will not benefit from this country. Unions, workers, students, artisans, and citizens need to act together to challenge monopolistic control over essential commodities." Over the past 2-3 years, at least since 2023, the NLC has time and time again failed Nigerians. Call for a protest, and then the night before the protest, they'll say, let's hold on. This protest, will not hold. We're working with the government. And I think what broke the camel's back, or the horse's back, was when, they went to see the president just before the increase, in the minimum wage. And then they were, clapping for the president at the end of the meeting. And do you think that Nigerians still hold any faith or trust in the NLC?
Let me tell you something, Bola. It's not a question of holding faith or not holding faith in NLC. When we talk of leadership that is so infested with the maggots of corruption, it's not just at the national level. Even at subnational level, NLC, so many organizations, the leadership is rotten. You understand? Because they are riddled with transactional leaders, not transformational. When a leader is transactional, he will sell his people short. He will travel abroad and do whatever he likes. It's transactional as far as it pays him. But when he's transformational, he will care less about himself. He will think of, how will history judge me if I don't lead these people right? If I don't do the needful, how will history judge me?
Talking of that leadership, is the NLC, doing what it's supposed to do?
NLC leadership is not doing the right thing. That's what I'm arriving at. They are not. They're transactional. You understand? They are not transformational. So they went to the president and he told them that, look, 70, that was when they were negotiating for that. They came out and were doing bosa. After that bosa,
they came out to say that the president betrayed them.
They came out to, why didn't you know? Why didn't you put on your thinking cap that you are dealing with people who are not straightforward? You are dealing with people who lack integrity. So you too must put on your thinking cap and make sure that, okay, there's plan B. If they default, this is what we do. He came out, you put all your eggs in one basket and came out and be saying that we didn't know, they betrayed us. Gone, you see, thank God I lived during the days of Pascal Bafuyao and Hassan Sumonu. I saw when they were labor leaders. And even when Oshomole, the first version of Oshomole, not the later version, when they were as labor leaders, they stood for the people. Can you say that Joe Ajere, what is his name? Ajero and his people, can you say they are standing for the people? Can you come out and say, look, these people, they have our back? You can't say so. So whatever we are going through in Nigeria today has a lot of complications here and there. And because men are not living for others, they are not watching, they don't care about future. They care about the present. You understand? Yet, let me make my own money. Whatever happens after me, I don't care. Look at how we still remember Hassan Sumonu. Look at how we are still talking about Pascal Bafuyao. Till today, people will still be making reference to them because they left a mark.
All right. Thank you so much for that. The NLC does need to do better by Nigerian people. However, do you think that, in the words of the NLC acting, General Secretary, saying that we need to exercise our sovereign will, do you think that a protest will be the answer to what's on ground?
Let me tell you something, Bola. I'm a practical person. Nigerians don't have sovereignty over this nation. They have lost it a long time ago. When they handed their country over to transactional leaders, they lost it. How many times do government even put us into consideration if they are doing anything? Tell me what government has come to ask Nigerians. How do they change the national anthem? Did they come and tell us? The constitution that was written, didn't they say when did we write it? So we lost it a long time ago. It's not today. And we keep on losing it because we live like strangers in our own land. We are treated unfairly in our land. Do you know that I went to a particular country and I felt so much at home? Because I saw the citizens of that country, you see ownership of the country. Nigerians don't own this country. There's no sense of ownership. That's why Nigerians will always refer to their tribal, their ethnic identity. Because what they call Nigeria is abstract to most of us. It's abstract. It's just in the air. You can't identify it because there's nothing connecting you to the so-called Nigeria. Nothing is connecting you to it. You understand? So that's why people identify more with their ethnic identity. When you ask a man on the street, I'm a Yoruba person, he will not tell you I'm a Nigerian. You understand? He will first of all tell you I'm a Yoruba person because that is what gives him identity. Nigeria has failed him. He doesn't have identity. Nigeria does not reckon with him, and there's nothing that Nigeria is doing for him to make him fail. That's why patriotism is lacking.
So I'll ask the question that's probably on the mind of everyone at this point. Where do we go from here?
Where we go from here is that we must sit down one day as a people. Do we want to stay together as a people? There must be a red line. There must be a red line. There must be an identity apart from football and oil. Something must identify us as Nigerians, and we have national ethos. Something like a doctrine, article of faith, binding all Nigerians together. But nothing is binding us together. That's why somebody will wake up one day and say people should not come and campaign in the Southwest. And he has no arrest, no prosecution, no investigation by the police. Do you call do you call it a country? If it's a country where the people will wake up and say, no, you don't need to say this because it's sacrosanct. Our unity, look, when they say Nigeria is non-negotiable, it's a lie. There's nothing in life you cannot negotiate. Everything is negotiable. Marriage is negotiable. Even life itself, God said, come, let us reason together. Imagine God telling human beings he created, come, let us reason together. Why can't they call us to come? You are forcing people to stay together. Come, let us reason together. That is what will save Nigeria. Can we reason together? Can we sit down at the table and tell ourselves naked truth? That, this thing is not working. How do we make it to work if we are sincere and transparent? That is it.
All right, thank you so much for that. Nigeria, we're in a democracy, and it should ideally be a government of the people, for the people, by
my
the
sister,
people.
you have just made this is not democracy, it's an illusion. We are pretending to be in democracy. We are not in a democracy.
Okay, let me present better.
Civilian government.
We should be in a democracy, and we need to start making it happen.
We should be. We are not in democracy. This is an illusion.
All right. The ICPC will arraign, that's the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Commission, ICPC, has said it will arraign former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai before the Federal High Court in Kaduna today over alleged corruption-related offenses. Now, this planned arraignment follows mounting pressure from stakeholders, including the ADC, when they demanded the immediate release or arraignment of a former governor. Now, they have described, stakeholders had described the continued detention of the former governor without formal charges as a violation of constitutional rights. Similarly, the Muslim rights concern MURIC have condemned the prolonged detention by security agencies. The members of the former governor's family have also called for his arraignment before a competent court, expressing concern over what they described as his prolonged detention. And, some of the charges, according to the ICPC, include conversion and possession of public property, as well as money laundering. While I read the case of El-Rufai, I want us to talk about something entirely different, not a bit different, not about El-Rufai. This is a court case that is pending, so we have nothing to say about it. But let's talk about the swiftness of the justice system. When it comes to our elite, in this case, El-Rufai, Nasir El-Rufai, Yahya Bello, Malami, and the likes of them, it does seem that justice is swift. Meanwhile, we have many other Nigerians, in lockup who have not even seen the light of court day.
That is why Nigeria is a society that is founded on injustice. You understand? And that when they say judiciary is very important in democracy, our own has been destroyed. Let me tell you something, Bola. You can't have, that's why I said we pretend to live in democracy, but it's an illusion. You can't have democracy without a strong and vibrant judiciary. You can't have it. So what we are doing here is just wasting our time, spending money unnecessarily, calling ourselves a democratic as a nation. We are not. Look, do you go and check why Nigeria scored? I've forgotten our position. Global index on well-governed country. Even in Africa, our name was not even mentioned. A place like Ghana, Rwanda, all of them, Nigeria, they chose 10 countries in Africa. Nigeria was not there. Well, lack of judicial system was among them. This is where they will lock you up because you don't have anybody to talk about you. Where is the rule of law was among the things they used. Rule of law, press freedom, good governance. I've forgotten the metrics. But Nigeria did not in any way appear in 10 countries chosen in Africa. Because here, they lock you up. Because here it's not about what you did, it's about who do you know. They lock you up and throw away the key. And when it is time, and if you are close to power, you can do whatever you can. They can even give you license to travel abroad and come back home. And you have, but this is a mess, honestly speaking. When I look at what is going on in our country, I begin to wonder, we call upon, can God still cleanse this place? I keep asking myself that question. But my only consolation, I'm a Christian. The Bible said there's nothing too hard for God to do. That is the only hope I have as far as Nigeria is concerned. But as for every other thing going on in our country, it calls for mourning on a daily basis. Because you look at yourself and say, how did we come to this level? Whereby iniquity, impunity is going on. Nobody is like nobody's in charge. Everybody can do anything and get away with it.
We do believe that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and we'll definitely be alive to see it. We'll take a short break now on Perspectives Unlimited. When we come back, the show will continue, so don't go anywhere. Please stay with us.
Do you want to eat and stay healthy? Are you looking for healthy, high-quality chickens? Do you desire to start your own poultry farm? SMC Foods is your reliable plug for your healthy chickens. We specialize in the sales of premium and healthy chickens and poultry produce. We offer consultation services for your poultry farm setups. We are located at Oluyole Extension, Olusoji, Ibadan. To place your order or for enquiries, call Oduekun on 0813-970-3731. At SMC Foods, we are reliable, tested, and trusted.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng, www.fsrcc.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call CBN 0817-665-7060, 0707-338-4828, SEC 0209-462-1168. Announcer, FSRCC.
How long will it take you to confirm payment? I have been waiting for the past 1 hour.
I'm so sorry. Our network is slow. I will just run out of data.
Same excuse yesterday. It is unacceptable, please. You better switch to One Data Internet Service.
One data?
Yes, One Data. One Data is an internet service provider with the best alternative and solution for unlimited speed. One Data provides fast and reliable internet service to organizations, homes, and places of interest in Nigeria. With One Data, you get to enjoy the premium internet service with dedicated unlimited internet speed at all times, 24/7 fantastic customer service and support, and you enjoy a 1-month free subscription when you make payment. Now is the time to say goodbye to downtimes. Sign up with One Data today on 0811 223 2671 or visit www.onedata.ng for more inquiries. One Data, unlimited speed.
Boost your business with Wells Radio 89.3 FM. In a competitive world of business, strategic brand and product positioning is key to growth. Don't remain unseen in the shadows. Shine a spotlight on your brand with Wells Radio 89.3 FM today. Why Wells Radio? We are your state's #1 family radio station. We connect with the heart of families in your state. As the smallest unit of the society, families trust Wells Radio for quality content and information. Visit us today along Alafin Avenue, Oluyole Estate, Ibadan. Our white and blue building just before Sharp Corner ensures your business won't go unnoticed. Advertise with us today. Call our marketing office on 0903 936 8185. Call Toby on 0803 509 3394. Ayo on 0706 840-7359. Take the leap today. Let Wells Radio 89.3 FM be the megaphone for your business success. You won't regret it.
All right, you're welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned to Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio. The show is still Perspectives Unlimited. My name is Bolanle Oduekun-Ayoola. We're talking about the headlines and stories making the rounds across Nigeria this morning. And you're welcome to join us. The studio lines are open, 0916-893-1000. 0915-333-4893 and 0911-3333-893. These are the numbers to call to be a part of the conversation this morning. All right. Excuse me. Now, yesterday, we learned that Governor Seyi Makinde approved 10,000 naira transportation allowance as palliatives for the state workers to cushion the effects of the increase in the pump price of PMS. and it's set to take effect from April 2026. And according to the state NLC chairman, Kadi Martins, he said it's providing much needed relief to workers grappling with rising transportation costs amidst the current economic challenges. Let's take this call before I get your reaction on that. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, madam.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, madam.
Good morning, you're welcome,
Mr. My name is Payo, your regular caller. God bless West Radio for giving us this platform to express our feelings or our opinions about the state of the nation. Mr. Enuka, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. You see, nobody should accuse Dangote of being monopolistic. Last year, Dangote told the entire nation that he's investing his money in Nigeria. That why can't other trillionaires who are Nigerians do the same thing? That nobody should blame him. They should invest. He said he had the money and he's investing it in Nigeria. Look, let me tell you one thing this morning. Most of this fuel being imported from abroad, these refineries over there are owned by Nigerians. I'm telling you this. Most of these fuels being imported from abroad, the refineries over there are owned by Nigerians. Why can't they put that refinery here in Nigeria so that our youth could be employed? So I don't see the reason why anybody should blame Dangote. And the man is even trying. Why is NNPC's refineries? They are all moribund now, and we are suffering. On the issue of Makinde's 1,000 naira, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. God bless Governor Makinde. Good morning, sir. Good morning,
Thank you so much, sir, for your contribution this morning. So let's have your...
So, you see, it is Governor Sheyi Makinde. I know he listens to Wells Radio every time. Oh, no, he does, because we did something on open defecation last week, and the state woke up and said they will build toilets across the market.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to you, madam. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yes, Ruth calling from Malakia.
You're welcome, Ruth.
Yes, sir. On the Oyo State governor giving 10,000 to workers, I must commend the step taken, because I believe it's just a burden. It's a ease to ease the burden on workers, especially with this rising transportation costs. So I'll just keep urging his administration to continue prioritizing the welfare of the people so that ordinary citizens are protected from this hardship. So, and the Omi Tutumbos, I will use this opportunity to beg our governor that he should please release more of Omi Tutumbos, because during the time rise in transport some years ago, so the Omi Tutumbos really relieved us a lot. So I will just urge him to please release more of the Omi Tutumbos. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your call.
So,
subsidized transportation.
Yes, that's where I was even going to. We thank the governor for what he did. We thank him so well, but as far as I'm concerned, the money may not go so far because of inflation. This Omitutu boss that this last caller said is what I expected him to do.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, ma'am. You have to speak up a bit. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
This is
You're welcome.
Yes. Concerning the fuel of it, it is now becoming the fuel of it, the hike in fuel price is now becoming difficult. Just take a look at it. As of yesterday that I was going to work, the cost of my transportation has to double. Which way to go? So the president should please, they should look into this, as people are suffering. There is hardship in the land. So nothing is being done to even cushion the effect of this hike in fuel price, which has affected transportation. It has started affecting goods in the market also, which is now supposed to be. So I thank Governor Sheyi Makinde for the 10,000 given to workers in the state, but is it only workers in Oyo State that are entitled to it? What about that we are not workers under civil servant? And what about the market women or that? So they should please look into it, that it should not be only the workers. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. For
you see, Sheyi Makinde, like I said, he has done very well, because in a country like Nigeria, when a governor comes up with such a gesture, you have to commend him. But I'm looking at why not bring back more of Omitutu bus, because it helped a lot of people in Oyo State. If you can bring more of it, it will go a long way, rather than the 10,000. 10,000 is okay, But more of Omitutu bus, we do well. We go a long way in helping people in Oyo State, not just government workers.
Thereby addressing the last caller's concerns about the fact that it's not only civil servants.
It's not only civil servants. If you are giving civil servants 10,000, what of those who are not civil servants? You can only affect them by flooding the state with more for Omitutu bus so that they too can enjoy from what you have just done for the workers. That's the way I'm looking at it. 10,000 for government workers, okay. Omitutu bus for people who are not working for government. It will help a lot. It will go a long way.
Definitely subsidized transport solutions are very important as you know, in this time exactly that we're in. All right, the studio lines are open. You can be a part of the conversation. 0916-893-1000, 0915-333-4893, and 0911-3333-893. That's the number to call to be a part of the conversation this morning. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, the beautiful radio woman.
Good morning to you, Mr. Mario. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, but I'm not happy.
Tell us why, please.
I'm not happy because things are not really working fine in the country. And everything boils down on the increase in the price of PMS. I can only talk about my own. We have others that are listening to that, and some of our listeners. They are not. They can't call on the radio station like we are doing. But they are being affected to a larger extent. Look at what the doctor said. He said the CPS to our office has doubled. And as of this morning, I was receiving a news that the price of PMS has risen to 1,400 naira. As of yesterday evening, I bought for 1,325. And now this morning it has gone to 1,400. How do you expect me to be happy? I'm not happy. Look at what Governor Makinde has done. It's a laudable move and laudable step in the right direction. And Emeka was asking a question. That why about those who are not working for the government? Of course, if you translate to them, if I'm being given 10,000 naira and other workers are being given 10,000 naira, of course they will go to the market, they will buy something with the money, with the salary they are collecting, and it in turn be a kind of the money we translate to those that are working or that are selling in the market, and they will be able to have money to feed their children. They will have excess money to go and get some goods wherever they are getting it, and before you know it, the money will move around. So they are affected by that. So I want to charge the other 35 state governors that what are they doing? They are not doing enough. Look at the it's a notable one. I challenge the 35 other governors to please do the same. And for further government workers, let the government, the federal government as well, rise to the need of this instant increase in the price of PMS so that Nigeria can be a lovely place for us to live in. Thank you very much and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mario. I feel your pain. Honestly, yesterday I was going to take a bike here, and the outrageous price that the bike man called.
Nobody's happy.
We just looked at each other and laughed.
It's not the fault of the bike man.
That's it. So, when he called the price, I just said, and then both of us laughed.
So he laughed.
And then we went into further negotiations because I couldn't get angry because I understood where he's coming from. He also couldn't get angry because
he understands where you're coming from.
All right, so the phone lines are open. Let's move on to party politics this morning. We'll start with the PDP. We hear that the People's Democratic Party leadership, backed by the Minister of... in case you're not watching us on Facebook Live, I put inverted commas. The leadership that is backed by the FCT minister has commenced the sale of nomination forms ahead of its forthcoming national convention. Don't forget that the convention that was held in Ibadan has been ruled as being null and void by the courts. And we're supposed to be hearing a response from the reconciliation meeting that they were supposed to have, but we haven't exactly heard anything.
Yeah, but I don't know those who are still in PDP. I don't know what they kept there. I don't know what they are still doing. No, it's true because the party.
What if they believe in the party so much that they believe that it can rise from its ashes?
My sister, listen. If this one cannot rise from ashes, there's no even ashes safe where it can rise from. Look, people who truly want to do politics and they want to they want to contest. I don't think PDP is an umbrella that can shelter them. You understand? Because they have destroyed themselves, And the most important thing, those who are handling it now, dishing out orders and everything, are the very people who sow the seed of discord in the party. So there's no way that party can survive. Yeah, it's dead. You understand? So people, human beings who really want to, who are looking for a platform to contribute their quota to our governance in Nigeria, I don't think PDP should be a platform for them to go to.
So you don't think that we'll see any meaningful resolution?
Because the people that are there right now, look at their antecedent. Are they people that, Bola, your shadow will follow you. Your shadow. All of us, we have shadows. And look, no matter who you are, your character will follow you to wherever you are going. That's why, if you like, go to a bush, bring a monkey out, dress him very well, wear him suit, he will still be jumping up and down like a monkey. You understand? You can't take the monkeyness of a monkey out of a monkey. You understand? So that's why when somebody, imagine in Nigeria, you have people who have forged certificates, who have forged their names, forged everything about their life, and you see, look, it's only Nigeria people go to coconut tree and they're looking for orange. He can't find it there now. It's a coconut that will fall there. So that's why I'm not disturbed. I'm not worried about all the things our leaders are doing, because already the Bible said, by their fruits you shall know them. Is it not in the Bible? It is there. By their fruits. No matter what you say, the fruit you bear will show the kind of person you are. You can quote all the Bible, but but when you begin to behave, pregnancy cannot be hidden, smoke cannot be hidden. It will smell. You understand? Go and bring this rat they call mole. Spray all the perfume on it. Leave it for some time. The bad odor will still come out because it is inside.
Now, while the PDP is unfortunately being torn apart from the inside, the APC is up in its strategy. Now, we learned that over the weekend, when the president was in Lagos for the Salah celebrations, that, there were meetings upon meetings, strategy meetings. And this is from the Punch newspaper. They also quote inside sources who said that, the approach of the APC to the 2027 election is consensus candidates. Saying that the party is going to, pick one. And it said that the meeting acknowledged the dissenting voices against, recommendations for different states, but they agreed to work towards a consensus to provide a soft landing for the aspirants that may be affected by the arrangements. Now, before today, you had predicted that towards the 2027 elections, there would be issues, within the APC because, new people were joining, probably because of what they had been promised, and, the people who were already there, who were looking at positions. But we seem to be seeing something different.
Let me tell you something, Bola. In democracy, there's nothing like absolutism. An individual coming out to be the absolute contestant. You are the only one. You understand? Democracy is about creating a level playing field for anybody who has an idea to come on board. And it is a contest of ideas. It's not a contest of personalities. That's why I told you that, look, APC may look so quiet, but Nigerians will witness what is going to happen. I gave you example. I use an analogy of the parable of the prodigal son. The prodigal son and the son that stayed at home. The son that stayed at home was angry with the father. I've been here with you all this while. You didn't throw a party for me. Look at this one that just wandered away, wasted your resources, and he came back. And you had the effrontery to throw a party for him. That was where problem started. You understand? We are still going to see a lot happening from the inside. What has happened, and because I keep saying it, there's a Fulani proverb that if you set fire on a grassland, don't build your house with thatches. You understand? Because you may be consumed in the inferno. We are still going to see a lot of things happening. And like I told you, this is not democracy. There is a pretense that we are living in democracy, but it's a deep illusion. Democracy allows for contest of ideas. There's nothing like absolutism. Oh, this is the person we anoint. You must be the one. What of those who have better ideas than the person you are anointing? What made you to anoint that person? Who anointed him? Who gave you the audacity or to anoint the person? You see, it's about contest of ideas. People will come with different ideas. Then they will go and slug it out. But whereby you only come and the party begins to destroy itself, when a party begins to not allow internal democracy to prevail, a party that does not have internal mechanism for democracy cannot give you democracy. That's why I said we are living in an illusion, not democracy. Every party must have internal democracy first, allowing all the members to have a level playing ground before you extend the same thing to the larger society. What you don't have, you cannot give. Simple.
Now, the Nigerian Political Science Association and Coalition of United Political Parties have now accused Nigerian politicians of prioritizing imposed decisions over genuine consensus, and they are warning that such practices undermine democratic processes and political fairness in the country. I believe this aligns with what
it's not democracy. It's not. It's just an illusion. We are deceiving and we call them Democrats. Who is the Democrat? Bola, we did something in this office sometime. I remember that's what I told you. I said, go. You are better qualified. Didn't I say it? Because that is it. You understand? You know somebody that you bring people out. Give the people option. Let them have a say, but not you sitting as a monarch. Okay, this one, or you come here. You go there. You don't do that in democracy. We are descending into absolutism, which is an anathema to whatever democracy stands for.
All right, thank you for that. Let's move on to other stories this morning on Perspectives Unlimited. Now, this headline here says, EFCC marks Malami's Abuja property for forfeiture. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has marked an Abuja property linked to former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, saying the action followed the valid interim forfeiture order granted by a court. So there was a viral video of an altercation between the Malami and the operatives of the EFCC, where he said, if they have a court order to arrest him, they should go ahead and, instead stop harassing him. But the EFCC boss has said, well, this forfeiture order is not illegal. They're marking it for forfeiture. It's not a big deal. The court has granted an interim forfeiture. It's been said in some quarters that this is just plain, will I say harassment or, based on the fact that, ADC, and they're saying that this is witch hunting.
You see, Bola, that is why I always say that we have to have a country first. If we have strong institutions, do you think this kind of altercation, everybody will when you have strong institutions that are not teleguided by vested interests, everything is plain. You committed a crime, you go for it. Not that you have selective justice. I'm not after whether they mark Malami's house for forfeiture or whatever. The most important is that do we follow the due process? That's the question. If the due process is followed, there's no problem. But who teleguides the institution? That's the question. Now, in this, Gumi said something 2 weeks ago. Nobody has come out to tell Nigerians what Gumi is saying is true or not. If we have strong institutions in Nigeria, those institutions will hold accountable those in power and say, come and tell us what this man is saying. But we don't have such institutions again.
Is it that we don't have? Is it that we don't have strong institutions?
It's on paper.
Is it that we don't have strong institutions, or that's just not a priority for this government?
Look, you can't have a country with any country that wants to make headway in life. We have strong institutions because men are very reckless with the power. Without strong institutions, do you know that strong institutions are tied to growth in the economy? Go and check countries where there are strong institutions, the economy grows. Check all African countries where we have strong men and weak institutions, the economy is in comatose. Because they will always do something that will undermine the very essence of the state. That's what I'm saying. So if we have institutions in Nigeria, we don't like institutions, but the institutions are corrupted. That is why we are not having justice. That's why somebody will come out and threaten other people. Nobody arrests him. Another person will say the same thing in another place. Police will go after him. When it is said by people who are close to power, police will suffer amnesia. You understand? But when another person does it in another crime, it becomes a problem. You don't run a country that way. That's what I'm saying. I love a situation in this country where all of us will have equal standing before the law. not where I'm coming from, not the religion I practice. That is a country where there's no ceiling on what I will become as a Nigerian.
All right, thank you very much. Now, farmers across Nigeria have been urged to prepare for heavy rain and not to rush into full-scale planting despite the recent onset of rainfall. The founder of Global Initiative for Nigeria Development, Michael Ale, gave this advice in Ibadan on Monday. He said that the current rains being experienced in parts of the country may not translate into the sustained rainfall needed for optimal agricultural yield. Also, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET, and the federal government had earlier warned as well that farmers should, not do early planting following the recent deceptive rains in February and early March 2020.
This is a very good warning. I'm a farmer. I farm cassava, I farm yam, I stay in the field. The day I'm not talking on the radio, I'm in the farm. I love farming. When this rain started falling, somebody came to me and said he offered me 2 acres of land. I should come and farm, but I said no, this is not the right time. You understand? Because if you farm right now and put anything in the soil, the heat will kill it. This rain is deceptive. It is not yet constant. You can only farm when you have constant rain. And for some people who may rush to go and begin to farm, you can clear now, you can clear and burn the bushes and do whatever, but do not put anything in the soil because it is very, very deceptive. Like, it is the kind of information we'll always like to, to
All
hear.
right, let's take some comments on our Facebook fan page. Sulaimon Cherry says, good morning and kudos to everyone in the studio. Giving 10,000 naira as palliative to Oyo State workers over the fuel price hike. The approach is very timely. Kudos to the responsible and responsive governor. I will urge the federal government of today and all the APC 31 governors should copy this initiative to their various states. Federal workers also deserve this kind of support, including security officers and NYSC corps members, especially NYSC corps members, because these young men and women have been posted to, many of them, to states that they've never been in their lives. They don't have family there. They don't know anybody, and they have to survive on 77,000 naira per month. Adeomi Kazim Adika says, good morning. God will help us for this country, from New Garage. Good morning to you too. Olashinde Habib Kamadukwe says, well done from Okwemi area, Bagini Ibadan. Well done, and thank you so much for your contribution this morning. This is how far we can take it on the show. I'm sorry if you're just calling, we cannot take your call. Please endeavor to call before 7:28 a.m. This is how far we can go on the show. Thank you so much, our dear analysts.
Thank you, Bola, for having me.
And thank you to everyone who called the show. AM Sports is up next, bringing you the latest in the world of sports. My name is Bolanle Oduekun-Ayoola. This is Wells Radio 89.3 FM, your preferred wholesome radio and your number one family radio in the whole of Oyo State. Good morning. Have a wonderful day.